No, I am dying for my boobs to get smaller, to be perfectly honest with you, so my dresses can fit again. Really difficult choice for me to make. It not unlikely. Many people had to beg me to stop because it was really tough. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carla for those of you who are new here, and I make weight loss, life after weight loss, motherhood, pregnancy, fashion, beauty, and a whole other different types of videos. If that's something that you're interested in and you just stumbled across me here onto this corner of the internet, please give me a subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video. Today's video, I am doing a Q&A of some of my most asked questions, specifically about this new journey that I'm on. Previously, I've lost over 180 pounds, and as I said, motherhood and pregnancy there. I had a beautiful baby boy. He was born at the end of January this year, so gosh, he's 2 months old now. And I'm currently on a new journey, which is both weight loss to lose the 40 pounds that I put on during pregnancy, but also a mental health and a feelings journey. I felt the best I have ever felt in my life when I reached my goal weight, not just because of reaching my goal weight, but also with the way that I felt about myself and the way how incredible and invincible I felt. And after a battle with postnatal depression, I most definitely want to get back to that feeling more than anything. I also want to wear the really nice clothes, but that's, you know, that's secondary to that incredible feeling that I felt about myself. I had so much energy and so much vigor, and I had so much get up and go about me, and I still have that, and I'm definitely feeling that coming back as I show up for myself on a daily basis as part of this new journey. But I wanted to, you guys have so many questions for me, and I thought I would record a video and answer the most popular ones. So I have my phone here and I'm going to go through them. I'm kind of not going to really do it in too much of an order, but I will answer the first, which is the most popular question that I got. And that is, will I be doing the April cycle of body slims? And the answer to that is yes. I am delighted to say that I will be doing the April cycle of body slims. I'm really excited to do body slims again. I have kept in touch and with the guys over there, and I'm really excited to be doing this cycle again. I have been practicing the principles of body slims as part of the weight loss element of this journey, and I will be continuing to do that. And I really like the structure of body slims. I really like listening to the seminars. If you don't know what body slims is, I'll leave a link to the website down below, and I'll leave a link to my video about body slims here as well in the description box, which is somewhere it might be moved. If you don't know what it is or where it is, it should be a little arrow to point down beside the title of this video. I really like the body slims program, and I really believe in it. So yes, I will be doing it again, and I'm excited to say there's even some friends of mine who are joining with me again. So it's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to do it. And we'll see what happens in that 10 weeks. And then I'm just going to jump into some of the random questions that I had. One was, I'm not going to say who they're by because I think some people would rather stay anonymous. And this might be a two-parter, depends on how long this takes. But one of them was, will you be doing weigh-in Wednesdays? For those of you who don't know, over on my Instagram, HalfofCarla, I do in my stories every Wednesday morning weigh-in Wednesdays, which is basically, and yes, I will be continuing to do weigh-in Wednesdays. I do one of those little question boxes that you guys can write in, and it's just a way for people to share their weight loss, weight gain, their results, if they have any, with somebody else. A lot of people don't have weight loss Instagrams. Some people don't share that they're on a weight loss journey with other people, their friends or family. For example, when I first started my weight loss journey, only 2 people knew that I was on a journey. So I just thought it might be nice for somewhere for people to feel that they are accountable to somebody, even though people are absolutely not accountable to me. But I think by sharing it, people feel that they have more, it has more of an impact or a weight, if you will. And I just like to be that person. And also what I'm doing now is asking people to share their results, but also how they're feeling about themselves. And I think that that's, again, the most important aspect here, because weight is just a number. It's how you're feeling about yourself that really matters. One person asked me here, how long did it take for consistency to not feel like a chore, but rather a habit? And I would say it took about 2 months for it originally to feel like a habit. I had to get into the swing of it. I had to find a way that suited me, that I liked. And now when I restarted the journey and just kind of applied the same principles, it was instantaneous for me. I'm a very habitual person and I like to be organized and I like routine. I obviously have a newborn, so sometimes routine completely goes out the window. So I'm trying to find, be flexible, but also find some kind of routine that works for me. When I started my weight loss journey in January 2020, the world was open. It was completely, just normal day to day. And I was commuting into the city centre with my partner, and I would go for my walk then. And then I would intermittent fast from 12 till 8. And I found that it was, it was tough, but you just kind of kept going with it. And I think once I started to see results from that routine and from those habits, that's really when it started to sink in that this is working. Then of course lockdown hit and COVID came in the middle of that weight loss journey. So we were no longer going into the city centre, and I had to adjust my routine and be flexible. I could have then said, I'll just throw in the towel and I'll do it again when we're out of lockdown. And like, it was, this cycle that's finished at Body Sims now is the first cycle that was out of lockdown. So I would have been 2 years waiting. So I'm really glad I didn't wait. And I think in seeing the results, it's when it started to make sense and it just became habitual for me then. I have my routine down, and it's the very similar routine, as I said, to what I am doing now. Somebody asked me, what is the time frame that you have in mind to lose my weight? So I have 40 pounds that I want to lose to get back to about 147 pounds. That's my goal weight. I was 141 pounds, 141 pounds when at the very start of my pregnancy. And I think that was a little bit too low for me. I probably will go to 147, give or take. We'll see. I might be very happy with, 150, 154, we'll see. I don't have a time frame necessarily that I want to achieve that by. I do hope to achieve it by the middle of the summer, kind of so I can wear some of my summer clothes. Basically, I have an entire wardrobe that's full of clothes that I currently do not fit into, and I'm doing a wardrobe refill video as well, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and looking at my clothes and how they're a motivation for me. But I don't have a necessary a date or anything specific that's happening this year that I want to achieve any particular number by. I think definitely making sure that I feel really good and fitting back into my clothes are, and if I can do that by the middle of the summer so I can take advantage of some of my beautiful summer dresses, that would be fantastic. A lot of people were asking me, am I breastfeeding and has that changed things? The answer is no, I'm no longer breastfeeding. And the reason that I've started this journey now, and a lot of people thought it was very soon after having my baby, was that I had intended to be exclusively breastfeeding for 1 year to 2 years. And because of my postnatal depression, I personally made the choice to no longer breastfeed. It was an extremely difficult choice for me to make. It did not come lightly. Many people had to beg me to stop because it was really tough. It was really, really, really tough, and more power to any woman who can continue to breastfeed or doesn't have any issue. But for me, it just did not suit me, and I had to put my mental health first. That's a personal choice. It's probably the thing that I am probably the heaviest departure that I had from my original birth and motherhood ideals. It's very painful for me to even speak about it now, and it's still hard to talk about. But no, I did not. I do not breastfeed, and the reason that I am embarking on my weight loss journey now is because I am not breastfeeding, and I know what way I have to eat and everything, because I don't have to produce milk for my child. How do I determine what is the right number of calories for me? And I work on the Body Slim's calories of what they gave me, and I continue to use those in a for any weight loss and to lose weight. Will I be counting calories? Yes. In order to lose weight, I believe that you have to be in a calorie deficit. It's how you lose weight. So yes, I will be counting calories to ensure that I am in a calorie deficit. And yeah, that's pretty much. I do count calories, and a lot of people often ask me how do I track them, and I use my MyFitnessPal to track my calories. I have used my MyFitnessPal for nearly 10 years, I suppose. So I have a really good database of foods built up on it for myself, but it's fantastic. I really like it. And I use the free one. I paid for it once during lockdown. Not paid for it, but you got a free subscription, and I wouldn't bother again, to be honest with you. A lot of people ask me, do I follow any specific plan of eating? No, I eat the same way that I did during the original weight loss journey. I have a what I eat Wednesdays posts sometimes, so you can go back and have a look at those on my Instagram. I have a couple of reels of different things that I have, and I have a lot of meals in my story highlights if you guys want to check those out. How do I stop sabotaging myself is a question that I get asked a lot, and somebody's asked me here. I have to say that there is kind of a school of thought of self-sabotage that after you change, you start to change a behavior, your brain kind of panics and goes, oh my God, this is a change. And we don't like change, in our lives. So they kind of self-sabotage, and it's just getting through that. Really what I do, what's practical, because I think that's what people want, is practical advice. I stop, and every single moment that I have to make a decision, I ask myself, will this bring me closer to or further away from my goal? And in asking that question and answering it honestly, making sure I'm grounded. If you've been here for a long time, you know about making sure that you're grounded and you can feel your feet and that you're present in your body. And if I'm standing at the fridge or I'm at a restaurant and I'm picking out something, I'll look at the menu and go, is this going to bring me closer to or further from my goal? And by asking myself that question, it brings that goal back to the forefront of my mind. And that's the most important, is to keep that goal in the forefront of your mind. That feeling, that look, whatever it is that you want, making sure that is present to you at all times. Asking yourself, will this bring me closer to or further away from my goal? And if it's further away, then I try not to take it. And I don't succeed every single time, but it's definitely something that has really helped me. Somebody has asked me, is it more challenging to find time for myself, to show up for myself now that I'm a mom? And if you've been here for a while, you know that showing up for yourself is my number one. It's my tagline. It's how I lost my weight, is because I showed up for myself and you knew that I was worth it. And the answer to that question is yes, but it is a challenge. It's not an obstacle. I have to find ways to work around it, to find new ways to ensure that I can show up for myself, whether that is sitting down with my partner and determining how we're going to work our schedules so that I still have that time. It's sacrificing other things to know, maybe it's, sacrificing other things to ensure that I get that time in for myself. For example, my partner is currently working full time in an office, so I have to commute 5 days a week, and I have help on 2 or 3 mornings. So my mum will take Brannock while I go for a walk, but on the mornings when I don't have help, I wake up at 4:45 and I go for my hour-long walk in the dark before Vincent leaves for his work. So it's a challenge. It's not an obstacle. It doesn't stop me showing up for myself. You just have to find ways to work around it. Somebody asked me, will I track my food daily? Yes, I track every single thing that I eat on MyFitnessPal. It's really important, and guesstimating doesn't work. More power to you if you can guesstimate your calories every day, but I have a very good, I've been doing this a long time and I have a very good idea of my calories, but still even I can get it grossly wrong sometimes. So yes, I do track everything that I eat. Do I have off-plan days with my diet? I don't have days off. I might have a meal off. For example, today we went for brunch with friends who were visiting and I decided to have a cinnamon bun with my meal. I have no idea what calories it was. It was definitely like an off-plan moment, but I really fancied it and I had it and it was delicious and I don't regret it. I wouldn't have like a cheat day or anything like that. I don't believe in cheat days. I typically try and get the calories, you know, of whatever it is into my day and work them into my day. If I don't know what the calories are or I can't, then c'est la vie. I'll just continue on with my day. I don't punish myself for eating. So, you know, I'm not going to restrict myself. I might have a lighter dinner tonight because I had quite a hefty brunch, but if I'm hungry, I will eat, but I will try and keep my day within calories as much as I can. Did I have therapy and or cognitive behavioral therapy, and would I recommend it? Yes, I did have therapy for my original weight loss journey pre-pregnancy. I had therapy during pregnancy, and I had therapy for postnatal depression afterwards, and I had therapy 10 years ago for binge eating disorder. I am the biggest advocate for therapy, and I think that most people probably could do with therapy. It is an incredible tool for looking into yourself and examining yourself, and it has been the greatest money that I have ever invested in myself, has been therapy. I have been doing sensory motor psychotherapy for the last 2 years on and off. I have now finished this therapeutic journey again after my postnatal depression. And my therapist and I agreed that, you know, we were finished, that I didn't need it anymore for this particular cause, but I could always have the ability to dip back in and contact her again if I need therapy, which is fantastic to have that support there. So with this specific therapist, I was working with her at the start of my weight loss journey, prior to my weight loss journey, at the start of my weight loss journey, and then for a year, and then when I got pregnant as well, just to help me through and navigate my body changing again, which was interesting territory. And then we finished that. There was only about 2 or 3 sessions, and then again now for postnatal depression, about 5 sessions. And yeah, the best money you can ever invest in yourself is within therapy. It is phenomenal, and it has helped me and changed my life. I have never done cognitive behavioral therapy. The 2 types of therapy that I have done are relationship therapy, which dealt with my relationship with food and the people around me who were influencing what I ate, and that was for binge eating disorder 10, 11, 12 years ago, something like that. And the therapy that I did with my current therapist, on and off therapist, is called sensory motor psychotherapy, and I'll leave a link to a website about that down below. And that is basically working on the body and how you might forget trauma, but your body will always remember it, and it's releasing that trauma from the body and how your body reacts to situations. And it's fascinating, and it is truly brilliant, especially for people who have food related issues. So for me, it was helping with my food addiction and my negative self-talk. Game changing, absolutely game changing. This is an interesting question, is do I fear my body changing, as in getting smaller boobs? No, I am dying for my boobs to get smaller, to be perfectly honest with you, so my dresses can fit again, because obviously as you get pregnant, your boobs get bigger. I'm just checking that the battery's still going. Your boobs get bigger to make milk, and they got very big, and I'm dying for them to get smaller again. I cannot wait for them to get smaller so I can fit into my original underwear and my dresses again, anything that buttons up. I I get so many questions about loose skin. Do I have loose skin? How do I deal with loose skin? The problem of loose skin. I have loose skin. I lost 180 pounds. I got pregnant and am no longer pregnant and had loose skin, and I'm losing weight again. I have loose skin everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It's a little bit here. There's a little bit under my chin, it's under my arms, it's on my forearms, it's on my back, it's on my stomach, it's hanging over my C-section scar, it's on my thighs, it's everywhere. Does it bother me? Absolutely not. My loose skin is a badge of honor for me. And when I'm finished my pregnancy journeys, whether I decide to have another child or not, when I'm finished that and I reach my final goal weight, I will be having skin removal surgery because I want to feel phenomenal in every aspect. I feel fantastic in clothes. My partner knows what I look like. You know, that is not what bothers me at all. I just feel like after all this work, I would like to have smoothness. That's, you know, and until that day, I'm perfectly happy with my loose skin. I probably won't be walking around in a bikini with it, but, you know, c'est la vie. I'll definitely worn swimsuits at my goal weight and will be continuing to do so. I've always been a bit funny about showing my stomach anyway. I find it very personal to me. It's kind of like showing your boobs, so I never really get my stomach out. I have worn crop tops when I have been at my goal weight with loose skin, and it's just like, well, there it is. There's loose skin. It shows on my arms. I have massive bingo wings. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, there it is. Look how fantastic I am. Am I doing anything different than before? And the answer to that is no. Why would I change what I know works exactly well for me? We all have the self-sabotage thing, which I talked about before. And at some points during each journey, and I've heard from my friends, and I know my sister have all had that moment where we go, I think I know better, and I think I'll try something else. And we've all done it. And at the start of this journey to lose the weight, I said, absolutely not. I am doing exactly what I did before, just doing it. Obviously I have to be a little bit more flexible with a baby in terms of timings of things, but no, I am walking and calorie deficit with therapy. That's how I'm finished therapy now, but that is how I lost my weight, and that is how I will do it again to lose the 40 pounds. I'm already over a quarter away through that journey. I'll leave my recap videos as well, full journey. How do I keep going on beyond 2 weeks? I keep that goal in the forefront of my mind, and I just keep going, and I make every decision in the moment. And as I said, will it bring me closer to or further away from my goal? That's how I keep going past 2 weeks. And now that I know it works, I just trust myself. I just continue to do what I know that I need to do in order to get there. Am I still doing intermittent fasting? Yes, I am doing intermittent fasting. It's part of what really worked for me. I eat between 12 and 8 p.m. I eat 2 main meals a day and snacks in between. And as I said, I have what I eat in a day videos, reels and posts over on my Instagram, and some meal ideas. But yes, I love intermittent fasting. I really, really love it. It really helps to regulate my hunger and reminds me what true hunger feels like, because my satiety levels are broken from years of binging. Tips for motivating yourself when you feel down. In terms of tips for motivating yourself, I think that when you're feeling down, I think people find that motivation is the key to weight loss. Actually, it's consistency. I am not always motivated to make the right decision to get up and go for a walk at 5 o'clock in the freezing cold rain beside the sea in Ireland in the dark. But I'm consistent. I'm dedicated to this. I am dedicated to giving it my all until I reach my goal. And that's how I keep going. I re-motivate myself now because I am my own motivation. I can go back and see the feelings that I had and look at reels and look at myself and go and be inspired by myself from then. And that's the feeling that I want to get back. I also want to look like that again. I have an incredible closet full of clothes that I cannot wait to wear. So they're motivating me, but it's consistency. And I think that that's something that people really underestimate, is the importance of consistency well over motivation. Motivation is fantastic to get you going, but it will wane, and there has to be consistency and dedication there to back up that that feeling. So when the motivation's gone, something else has to be present. Finding ways to motivate yourself, like in terms of inspiration, like I remember when at the start of my journey, I used to have pictures of somebody that I wanted to look like on my phone. So like now it's a picture of myself and my partner, but like previously it was like somebody famous who had a body that I would like, or if you have a picture of yourself or your goal weight, you can put that up or stick it on your fridge or anything like that. But feeling good, like writing a list of things that you want to achieve. But I think if you're feeling down as well, I think that one way is to look at everything you've achieved so far. And I have a reel, and I'm going to be doing a video on other things to measure when the scales isn't going the way that you want it to go. And I think that that's really important. So watch out for that. That'll be coming soon. I'm going to answer one or two more questions because a lot of them are kind of the same as well. How did you allow for hormonal changes during your cycle and to affect your mood and cravings? I found that my mood and cravings did not affect me as much when I was losing weight. And I think that it's because I was eating really, really well. I would have cravings occasionally for chocolate. I would eat chocolate, make sure it's in my calorie allowance. That's how I did it. I didn't deny myself anything. Obviously I wasn't going out and getting takeaways or anything like massive takeaways and like for 3 people and eating them, because that's what I used to do because I was binging. But if I wanted something, I would have it and just try and make it fit within my calorie allowance for the day. Maybe eat less for one of my meals if I wanted to go out and eat something for another one. If I wanted nachos, I would have a pre-portioned bag, a small bag, or I would weigh it out and like throw them at the back of the cabinet so that I wouldn't go back and reach for more. Yeah, I just didn't allow myself and the cravings to take over. That's a challenge, not an obstacle. It's not, instead of like being like, well, I'm got my period this week, so I'm gonna eat everything under the sun. I just, if I felt bad, then I would eat, and I really wanted something, I would eat something small, like if I was craving. But honestly, I did find that my cravings, my PMS symptoms and everything really reduced the closer I got to my goal weight, which I think is really interesting. And the more water I drank as well. What do I eat during a typical day? I have, as I said, I have videos there. And then the last question I'm going to answer is, what am I planning to do? And I've kind of talked about that really like throughout a couple of different videos. I'll leave a link to my intro video to this new part of my journey. But basically I was doing therapy as part of the regaining the feeling that I had at the start, and I'm feeling much, much better. I'm journaling again. I am making sure I get up and I get showered, I get dressed, and that's how I show up for myself. So that's kind of the psychological part of this journey. And in terms of the physical to lose weight, I walk 1 hour every single day. That's actually part of both elements, both to lose weight and for my mental health. And I eat a calorie deficit. I practice intermittent fasting, and I will be doing the Body Slims cycle in April, which starts April 27th. And I said I'll leave a link to that in the description bar. But guys, that is all of the questions that I'm going to answer today. If you have other ones, please leave them in the description box down below and I can get back to you individually, or I can do another video. Please subscribe if you're not already and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video from me, and join me over on my Instagram. I'm really active on stories over there. I post every single day about weight loss, about this journey, about new motherhood, postnatal depression, mental health, so many different topics, and I have so many ideas. But if there's anything that you would like to see, please leave it in the description, in the comments down below. And I know somebody asked me to film a packed lunch video as well, so I think I'm going to work on that soon. But if there's anything else you guys would like to see, please let me know. And until next week,